are here today with Sister Willow and Sister Mayra. I'm Ismael Rodriguez, and we have the main theme as Maria Magdalene and the geometry healing with the rose. We will see what happens as we go on. I'm going to do a blessing before we start, and then we can do some light languages later on, also to clear the space and to send also some intentions. Supreme divine energies and powers, beloved archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Chamuel, Zadkiel, Jophiel, Haniel, Zadkiel, Jeremiel, Raguel, Raziel, Ariel, Sandalphon, and Metatron. Beloved angels, archangels, principalities, powers, virtues, dominions, thrones, cherubim, seraphim, Elohim, and Shekinah. Beloved angels of the light, love, spirit, and logos of the highest, eternal, and infinite source of omniscient, omnipotent, omnibenevolent, and omnipresent God. Beloved angels of time, angels of the past, and angels of the understanding, assimilating, cleansing, releasing, healing, and illuminating all past times, events, and situations. Beloved angels of karma, divine laws, and dharma, divine plan, please surround us. Send us your brilliant, radiant light and your unconditional, boundless love. Infinite light, infinite love, divine love. Please help us with the understanding and assimilation of our past and all our past experiences to truly understand and totally assimilate them. Please cleanse, purify, and release our past deeply, completely. Tushina akush inish ine makota. Os ishina anakawama. Heal all our past experiences, events, conditions, situations, and issues, all specific dates and longer periods of time, and all pain and negativity. Cleanse, release, and purify on all levels. Send the energy of life, vital life force energy, and healing light, love, and power to all our past and experiences. Send the energy of life, vital life force energy, and healing light, love, and power to all the organs in our body. Heal, heal, heal on all levels, all levels, all levels. We co-create, express, and manifest a complete, total, and perfect understanding and assimilation of our past events, our past experiences, of ourselves and in our whole life. We co-create, express, and manifest a complete, total, and perfect clearing and purification of our past events, and past experiences of ourselves and in our whole life. We co-create, express, and manifest a complete, total, and perfect healing and illumination of our past events, past experiences of ourselves and in our whole lives. Our past is now cleansed and healed. It is a valuable part of me, of us. But we have overcome and transcended. We have moved forward and beyond, and we are free from it. We are free and whole. We experience new life, joy and peace, and more life, joy and peace. We are more conscious and aware, more spiritual and loving, more powerful and wise than before. We thank you from our heart and from our soul. We thank you with our whole being. We are one with you. We are one. Love and blessings for a completely healed past to all, to everyone and everything. We constantly remain in your sacred and pure angelic energy. We completely cleanse, purify and heal our past, and we experience a present self and present life that we recognize as real and true, and which we deserve and love. We are love, we are light, we are whole, we are happy, we are grateful. Thank you. Amen. Tushishana muk anana, tosene meshitanamo, homos anetamo, hamo tetinika mumas ashinama, musimitana, musaina kuamasana, hootane makumas ainena, homakachanik amus inita itamuk musunikana, senete ti nikamo, musaina kayana. Senika nu te sineta kuma tsansachumoaka. Amos esenetano. Hamuk anaka. Sonikanaka. And as I was transferring these languages, they were showing me the rose again. The rose turning like an spiral, turning clockwise. Tusa shumak osite ninkamuk ana, homotanaka, senitanako mataita. Senikana, not only in the heart chakra is the center, but is covering all our bodies. Kabus amuk atut amus ishina, sesenta amuk ataisa. They say you can place the rose in any place in your body where you need that healing. You just need to feel, visualize, set the intentions, and breathe. Breathe the light from source, the light from the universe. When you breathe in, take the energy from the universe, and when you breathe out, just send anything that the body doesn't need, or the part that you are healing that doesn't need, send it away. No mas anaka ana, and do this fully aware of what you are doing with full love, which intention. Tash uma asokuma, senish inama mohaita, sanik isnanaka ana. Another message I got from last Sunday when I was channeling Maria Magdalene was that when we talk about Maria Magdalene and the rose geometry, it's not only Maria Magdalene in charge of the rose or doing the healing. She was telling us, to the whole group and for all the audience, that we refer to her with the rose, and we know this modality of healing through her because we resonate with her. But with her is also Mother Mary. With her is also Mother Anna, the mother of Mother Mary. With her is Master Sananda, and many beings. They were showing me like a papyrus roll of paper with an infinite names of light beings who collaborate with Maria Magdalene in every healing. So they were bringing this message so that we don't limit ourselves when we are doing the healing with Maria Magdalene. So we don't create limitations when healing. And she was telling us the same for every healing modality. Try not to focus only, let's say, just in the dragon. It's very good to focus in the dragon, but you can always let other light beings to collaborate and work with the dragon if you want to. Personally, I like to heal that way. I like to heal with galactic beings, with Maria Magdalene, with Master Sananda, with the elementals, with the Lyrans. Everybody is welcome to every healing. So the healings becomes very effective because the accumulation of energy and light is massive. And you don't feel like you are like doing the whole thing there. You are just creating the space, calling on them, and then allowing that frequency to pass to someone's or to that part of your body. Shene isi ma mok amos ana u kupmakas istinet ako. Sesamokama. They say, have you got any experiences healing with the rose or using Maria Magdalene energy, Sister Willow? Had you ever tried like any modality with Maria Magdalene?
No, no, I haven't.
Mayra, we know that you do.
Hello.
Are you busy at the moment?
No, I'm driving, but I'm almost home. But right now, when you said that about the rose, it's that's what it is. The rose is not just to Mary Magdalene. The rose is, so the rose initially is a 5-petal, and it is a spiral. It's actually it's a Venusian rose. So when you learn the pathway of the Venusian, it's goddess Venus, is Sananda, is that lineage. And it is every color rose is different, specific to certain to like Mary Magdalene is the red one, like a lot of people assimilate her to the red one. And actually I started doing this meditation with Mary Magdalene to do the root chakra. So I've been working with the red rose for the root chakra. And this morning when I was meditating, I was looking at so I closed my eyes and I immediately saw the big spiral of the rose, But you know what was really cool, which I've never really experienced in my third eye? I saw a lioness. Yeah. And I was like, what is going on? And I saw the lioness and I was like, okay, right after the rose, I was like, okay, I wonder what that means, So, but yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of numbers, like a lot of the repeating numbers. And today, one of the messages from Mother, which is a group that I do on at 11 o'clock in the morning, it said to me, you're very good with everything that's flowers, that's plants, that's what your calling is. And we always talk about how much I love flowers and how much I love plants and how much I love nature. So it's just been like all about flowers, plants, roses.
And you use the flowers to heal, Mayra?
And I do flower therapy, yeah. I do flower therapy and I do...
The energy is collapsing already. we were talking about it. So whenever you come back, you can continue. You like explaining that because it's
We've been
quite
saying,
interesting. We couldn't hear you.
yeah.
Now you are back.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we can hear you. Yes.
No, that I was saying that I was telling my group that I'm in crossroads of like trying to leave the hospital so I can do the stuff that I truly love, which is frequencies and therapies and all that stuff. And then the message came through, and I'm like, it's such a perfect timing, you know, because that's what I'm gonna concentrate on. Like, I really don't want to be at the hospital anymore. You know, that doesn't fill me anymore. It's not filling. It's not happiness. It's, you know.
You were also teaching, no, Mayra? You were also teaching.
Yeah, but
that's something that you feel aligned with.
Yeah. No,
You
but
feel
teaching,
aligned with that.
I mean, I've always loved teaching. Yeah, that for me, I don't see it as a job. I see it as something that's good. And I get to talk to students about spirituality and about being a good human, and, you know, and I love all that stuff. So, but the hospital setting, I don't want it anymore because it's too draining.
Oof,
Yeah.
the working in the hospital was for me also too much. I mean, I was young at the time and I could bear a lot of the work I was doing. I did that for 9-10 years. I was doing like 7 nights in a row, and then I was taking 4 days off, and then 7 nights in a row, and then 4 days off, and like this for 9 years, and that really took all my energy away. I stopped doing that job because I fell into a depression. I got really depressed. And so yeah, when somebody tells me about nursing or working in the hospital, especially when you have developed this sensitivity that we have now, that's really challenging. Especially you cannot say or share everything you want, because that what makes it tougher. Because if they allow you to do Reiki, or if they allow you to express yourself the way you like, yeah, I could cope with that. But they don't. You have to follow the medical way. So yeah, that was a little bit limiting at the time. But yeah.
Yeah. No, being at the hospital, it takes a toll on you. On your emotional, on your life. Like, it takes a toll on your life, you know? Over here. It takes a toll on your life, on your emotional aspect, on your sleeping pattern, on it's draining, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, I put myself in the bubble, and then that used to help me. But even like that, like, you know what it was for me for a long time, Nico, right here, babe. For a long time, what was happening is the hospital working as a nurse. What happens is that it's a security, right? But it's like what we've been talking all these weeks, is that we are afraid to the unknown. So then what happens is that we want to stay with what we know, you know? But I mean, I've been debating this for months, and I'm finally gonna bite the bullet and kind of just do it, you know? Instead of me trying to be in between the job and then trying to do it, but then I really don't want to be there. So I'm just gonna do it. I just quit.
Yeah, big changes are happening to everyone. Big changes.
It's a big change, you know? for me, it's a big change because remember, I've been in healthcare for 22 years.
Mhm.
So it's 22 years, you know,
Yeah.
it's a long time.
The
So.
same here. After nurse, after being a nurse, I became a dental hygienist. In dentistry, I felt the same. I mean, for 9 years I was okay, but at the ninth year I was already saturated, collapsing, really, not able. And then is when I started doing hypnosis and quantum healing. That's when everything shifted in 2019. Yeah, Mayra, do you mind? Do you want to share with us something about these methods with healing with flowers? How you do it? If you feel like sharing something with us?
Oh
That's
yeah.
for people's sake.
So what I normally do with for instance, like if I'm gonna do therapy with the flowers, what I've done is I have printed all the flowers with their codes because every flower, every rose has a code. The white one has a code, the pink one has one, yellow, orange doesn't have a code, red has a code, black one has a code, the rainbow one has a code, there's also a blue one. Like everything, all the colors that assimilate to the chakras, there's a code for every color of the rose. So what I do is I do it like almost like cards where people can pick their cards, and I put them face down and they pick their cards. And once they do their picks, for instance, if they have a green emerald rose, that's a heart. So a lot of it has to do with them being like lacking that abundance or not being open and receptive to the abundance of life. A lot of people have like money issues too when they pick that flower, or that same stuff of unworthiness, you know, that comes up a lot, especially with that flower. And then I just do the forks. I do because I have a Mary Magdalene fork, and I do my forks. And then I just do my intentions, and along with that, I do Reiki as I'm doing all this. And I just
So
do
you combine all of that.
I do combine everything.
In every session.
So I do the therapy, I do the forks, and like to finish it, I do Reiki at the end. And I like to. Oh, say that.
And the thing with the roses is like a reading. You say it's like
it's almost like a reading.
It's like a reading. So they sort of guide you to connect to the person, and then you start feeling things and
I do, and a lot of the times what's happened is that people, they come in with like almost like a heavy heart, and then when they leave here, like I have a friend of mine that she suffers from lupus. So when she comes here, normally she's in a lot of pain, so we do the rose therapy sometimes, or we do the forks. But when she leaves here, she's like, it's so amazing, like you know, like I don't have any pain, because I do a lot of frequencies and vibration too. So I kind of incorporate everything. As we were talking last time with Melissa, like for me, I concentrate a lot on the root chakra because it's the forgiveness. And can I tell you something? Since Saturday, everything that I have encountered has been forgiveness. I had a patient that one of my students was doing an assessment on, and the gentleman, he was 82 years old, and he had an amputated leg, the right leg, and he was soon to be amputated on the left leg. But he kept saying that he had made so many mistakes, and he was crying as he's telling us all this, you know. And one of the things I kept telling him was, forgive yourself for all that you have done, the harm, the things that you think that you have harmed others. Because at the end of the day, the forgiveness, the self-love that we do for ourselves, that's what's gonna count for us, because it's gonna liberate us from all our suffering, you know? And then on Sunday, I did a meditation with forgiveness with Mary Magdalene too. And then yesterday we did the same thing, and today as well. So all these days have been like forgiving, like forgiveness. So like everything has been coming up as forgiveness, you know, like forgiving thyself, forgiving those that have harmed you, forgiving the world for all the chaos that's happening, you know. But at the end of the day, we know that we are evolving, we are changing, we are transforming, and we're metamorphing, right?
Big time.
It's like the transformation of the butterfly. Like that's what we're going through. Before I mean, in the darkest night, we're always going to see the light. So, but yeah, that's what's been happening in this side of the world.
Can I ask a question, Myra? I'd like to know, you said you used the Mary Magdalene fork. Can you tell me what hertz frequency that is?
Yes, let me speak. Let me look at it, because these forks I actually just got. So I have Mary Magdalene, I have Mother Mary as well. Let me see.
I never heard that. I never heard that before, that they have a specific frequency.
Yeah.
It's the first time I heard that. Also, Master Sananda has like a different sound frequency. I mean, in terms of feeling, I know that that's correct. But in terms of forks and design and sound, and I didn't know.
In all honesty, I would think the thing is that the forks that I have, the majority of them are the female. So Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary is 192 hertz.
192.
Yeah. Cell Rejuvenation, which is another one that I have, that one's 111. And then Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene is 153.
153. Wow.
Yeah.
And is that a particular set? Does it all come in a set? All those different forks?
Yeah, I bought it from a set because I specifically. So I bought 2 additional ones, but the set that it comes Mary, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, and the other one is Shekinah Divine Feminine, which is 385.
Shekinah.
So what's that set called? If I was to look that up, if I wanted to look into maybe.
I think I pay like 380.
No, I think I wanted to know, like, if they come as a set, what is it called? Like,
yeah, what is the name of that set and where she can get it from?
Oh yeah, so it's called the feminine. The feminine. It's called the feminine energy.
Thank you.
Or frequency. Let me see. And you can find them on the Healing Sound Experience.
Thank you.
Healing Sound Experience.
Yeah. See, we all are doing our part, right?
In our next meeting, we all have the set. No, really, it's amazing. It's really amazing. When we practice light languages with instruments, it's really, really amazing. Really amazing.
Yeah, one more question on those forks. They're regular forks, they're not weighted ones?
Good question.
They're weighted. The only one that's not weighted.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're weighted. The only one that's not weighted is the Shekinah one. But all of them are weighted. Yeah, so certain forks, you can put them on the bones, but if the person has like osteopenia or they have bone or the osteoporosis or things like that, it's not advisable for you to put it on bones because otherwise you're going to be causing more harm than good. And you cannot strike out one fork more than 3 times to do it on that particular person. Yeah, so, you know, like, yeah. So you just learn as you go. And you go with the energy. Like for me, that's what I do. I go with the energy and what my intuition says. And that's what I do, you know, like there's no, people want to do it like a certain way. Like that's what this group is about. Like it's not a certain way because we're all so different yet so alike at the same time, you know.
Follow your guidance.
Yeah.
That
We
was
are
in the
over-
message the other day also from Maria Magdalene on Sunday. She was saying each of you are so unique. So as you are so unique, your healing is also unique. So listen to your to your frequency, listen to your guidance, to your
Intuition,
inner
to your
guidance,
guidance,
intuition.
yeah.
Because
It's like-
you will have the best healing modality coming from you, not from somebody else. And this healing modality, Maria say, is not only from this lifetime that you get this. You get it from many incarnations.
Yep.
You already know this information.
Yes, it's all stuff
Flowers.
we've done before.
Look at my flowers.
Set
them?
the
They're
focus.
blurry.
Set the
It's a bit fuzzy.
Yeah, the fuzzy is because of the blur. There you go.
Now.
There we go.
Look at that.
So
Aren't they beautiful?
They are beautiful. I have a
I
girlfriend
always
who
feel-
likes to work with roses. She makes rose essence from her own roses that she grows in her garden.
Yeah, I have roses in my my garden too. I mean, I have a green thumb, so
Do you
Okay.
have more? Do you have
yeah,
more this
I have
week?
the white ones too.
Because the other week she showed us also other ones.
These are my white
Oh, they're
ones.
beautiful.
Oh,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Urushora nakari te arushinihara. Oh, shantoro ne kiaro eta aroye shantoko yenai. Orwishinahatari.
Yeah, I love flowers. Flowers are like my favorite. And today's message, that's what it said. It said, you know that you love flowers, then ask, how can you combine what you already have to how you can put your flowers and your plants and all that you love to do. So, yeah.
Suashana.
All
Tushana.
those-
Mashana. Follow your instinct.
Yeah, follow, right? And it's so hard because it's the same thing I was just saying earlier, because like for me with the job thing, like it's almost, it's so hard to let go. But then I'm like, okay, so then that's where the trust comes in. And that's where the surrendering comes in as well, right? Because if we don't trust, then what are we doing here? Like, well, okay, so if we are following and we're doing all these things and we are meditating and we're gathering with like-minded, what is it that we're doing,
And sometimes we take the situations to the extreme, and not until then we start like saying, okay, I think I don't have any other choice, so I'm going to try this. And that you try is what you felt in the beginning from your inner intuition, but you didn't do it because you were not in that extreme pressure or situation. Sometimes that happened to humanity a lot, and we are learning how to don't have to go that far. We can do those things and trust. It requires trust, and the trust sometimes only comes when we go to the extreme. That's what they constantly tell me. They say, we know you have plenty of faith, but when you activate your faith, Ismael, is when you take yourself to the extreme. But it's not only you, it's all your fellow humans, Earthians. You all do the same.
Ishmael, I was telling you about this retreat that I went to, which was about the dragons, but the fellow who was doing all the artwork, he brought in this, he's got this thing, he calls it Stara. STARA. So it's S for surrender, T for trust, A for allow, R for receive, and A for accept. And it's so true. Like, it's something we need to remind ourselves. Like, if you just, and I find it's easy if you can just say that word, like when you, it's just in that moment, like you just say that word to yourself, Stara, and you're reminded, surrender, you know, allow myself to surrender, trust in the moment, accept what's coming and receive it, you know, and allow it. So Stara is really good. It's just an easy word, STARA, but it means all those beautiful things: surrender, trust, allow, receive, accept.
That's
They
beautiful.
are telling me, Wilma, that if you want or you feel the motivation to create a video with light languages and with this mantra, saying everything that you just say, like surrender, plan, and all of them. If you feel like doing it, if you don't, it's okay. They say all of you can do it. And when you record these videos or these things that we do, they are not only for humanity, it's for ourselves as well, especially for ourselves, because we have in our voice the resonance and the frequency that we need. That happens a lot when I am talking light languages and then I go back to the video and I do some editing and I listen to myself. Often I stop editing and I continue watching the whole video, the full 4 hours or 3 hours, and then I end the video and I say, Jesus, I didn't edit anything yet, so I have to go back and start editing. But then it's when I realized that it's so important to also receive what we bring to the world, because our frequency, the sound of our voice has power in ourselves, and it's like a reflection. It's reflecting each other, and that's why it's so good to write things or record things in a video or in a voice message. Record your voice and say whatever it comes to your heart. But when Sister Willow was saying those words of it came light languages, video, and mantra with these words, tell her to do it. She wants to do it. Hasunish imak amos aishanamuka sinik anaka. It won't do any harm. Hashunaka, they say, like laughing. It won't do any harm. Just try. They often
We don't know what, we don't know that word or that phrase or that sentence that you can say to somebody and turn their whole day or their whole life around.
Yeah.
Right? And now
Yeah.
with technology is such a magnificent way of sharing, because that's what it is sharing. We're sharing with each other. Look at us, we're from different parts of the world and we're here, we're talking, we're getting to know each other. So that's what it's about. It's that unity, it's that collective unity consciousness that we are all seeking, right? And we are all evolving and moving towards. So it's that togetherness. So
seeking and naturally living, because in the times we are living now, even the earth is already at a certain frequency that make us be also in that similar frequency. So in a way we don't seek anymore, we just react this way, we just connect. We just need to allow. That's what they tell us. That's what means the surrender. Why surrender? Because if you surrender, you won't be defensive, you won't be like worrying about what to say or how to contribute. You just surrender, and by surrendering you just become
You're letting go
yourself.
of control.
You let go control and you become your true self.
I get yourself.
And that's it. And the more we practice expression, communication, the more the energy flows. The same with the light languages. We can start the group and the light languages are like more like slow or a little bit more like dense. And then as we go on with the group, the light languages that just flow, just go like so easy. We always do them effortlessly. We always do it that way, but I can tell how they change in the beginning when we start the event and how they gradually evolve and they flow much better as we connect with each other, as we create the space together. Everything becomes absolutely everything, not only the light languages, everything feels like goes naturally, everything flows. And we give less importance to what people will think of me by me behaving this way or acting this way or talking this way. It's always there, it's so present, especially in me because I come from the south of Spain, and people usually are very gossiping. They know everybody's life from the village or from the place where you live, from the community. So I was raised with that. So there is a part of me that found difficult to just drop all the what people will think about me, what people will say about me. Will they criticize me if they find out about my videos? I remember when I started the light language groups, I was still working in the dental practice. So I was worried about what if one of my clients from the dental practice who come to have for me to clean their teeth, and they start talking about the videos that they saw the other day of me getting crazy or maybe getting the devil inside me or something like that, because they can interpret it in any way. I don't know what I was going to expect from them. Thanks God my channel is kind of protected, or maybe people just come, watch it, listen to it and say, I go away. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to argue about this because I don't even know what they are saying. But then I have the other opposite of people who feel the frequency from the light languages and they feel a connection straight away and they feel like they know me forever without even knowing my personal life or anything about me. And that's
but even those ones who don't have an understanding or just think, what gobbledygook are you talking? And, but they still benefit from hearing those frequencies.
Yes, definitely.
Whether they know it or not.
Definitely. It's what you were saying before, Wilma. You are planting the seed. You are planting the seed. The light languages are light seeds. And the conscious mind might be interrupting or saying something like that's nonsense, that bullshit, or something like that. But the subconscious mind and the heart is receiving that frequency. God knows when that is gonna contribute to some awakening or some sort of activation, or maybe to dream, to have lucid dreams or whatever. God knows, but I know the benefits are a lot. Since I started these gatherings, these events, so many people have different experiences and the most random weird experiences. Like the lady from the Spanish group on Sundays, she started feeling like a tone in her ear, but the tone was also piercing her brain inside, but not like bad. She was saying like it's like a piercing feeling, but it's pleasant. It's not anything like bad or dark. And I asked her, "Did you feel that before?" And she said no. The first answer was no. And I asked her again, "Did you feel that before?" And then she got like more presence, and she said, this morning was that in my ear, and now with the light language is again." And then my guide told her, keep like sort of calling that, keep connecting to that. Don't create the expectation, and just co-create that again with your guides, and let's see what they tell you. Let's see what is that. We are not meant to know everything that happens to us. So many things I know are things that I have discovered from experiencing in my meditation, from experiencing in my dreams, from experiencing in these gatherings, that we connect information or love, and then we get something out of that, and then you just carry that forever with you. So yeah, this is part also of the channeling information from Maria Magdalene, is to trust and practice the love, practice love in everything you do, because she said that we have this tendency we still separate the 3D from the spiritual world, from their point of view, or from the way they sense it and feel it, is nothing separated. It's only our mind separating things, which it has a reason why, and we have been designed this way for many reasons. But when we come in terms of healing someone or healing a part of our body, we don't need to create the same limitations. We can just connect everything that is and become even nothing and everything at once. And then in that 0 point is when we become super endlessly powerful, infinitely powerful. Sushinit ak awumok otaishena. So many things, she say, are not meant to be understood, like the light languages are not meant to be understood with our mind, the same way that we understand the earthly languages on earth, or like Italian, English, Spanish. No, it's not the same. It's not like I'm going to pay attention with my mind to see the meaning, to see if I understand the meaning. No, it's more pay attention with your heart. What do you feel out of that frequency, out of those light languages? Oh, Ismael, I just feel like a pleasant feeling, like calmness. Okay, that's the meaning. But the brain or the mind is gonna say, that cannot be the meaning. Calmness? Why? How is gonna be calmness the meaning? Well, yes, the way light languages communicate is telepathically. In the beginning are simple things, simple things that arise in our chest, and we feel it in our heart chakra, and we feel calmness or we feel freedom. Keira, the lady from Canada who came last week or the week before, she said, I never experienced before so much clarity. It was in the week of Kuan Yin, and she said, I needed to ask you, Ismael, if you were feeling the same. And I say, and I replied to her, and I say, yeah, I'm feeling that clarity, big time, big way, in a big way. And then she sent me a private message asking me again, did you feel that clarity? And I say, yeah, I told you in the group that I felt it. If I told her, if I say something in the group, it's because I mean it. It's not that I just make it up. I just flow. Everything I say is just me flowing. And she say, no, I got that, but it's like a part of me was wanting some confirmation or maybe some extra information about it. And then I asked, what do you want to know? But it's clarity. The mind is gonna want to know, what do I need to know about clarity? To feel clarity. Because when we feel clarity, it's great. It feels great. So why that is not enough? It's like something in our brain is telling us that is not enough. That is enough. That's what our soul wants. That's what our whole being wants. Wants a state of peace, a state of clarity. And we always look for something else. The mind have that tendency to look for something else. But the more we connect to the higher self and allow the higher self to communicate with us, the more we are gonna get that the meaning of things are simple, are really based in states of being, and that is meaningful. That's what the human collective is heading to. What happens is that masses, still there are out there masses who look into complexity, who look into theory or instructions instead of listening to our intuition, to our senses, to us believing that we have the power. We have the power. Each of us, what Maria Magdalene say is the same, the other day in the channeling, is the same thing that we've been saying here. We all have our unique technique. And Mayra, when I asked Mayra, how do you do your thing with the roses? Well, last week or the week before, I thought that you just do something with the roses. But today you express or communicate that it's a combination of things. When you ask me about how do I do QHHT, it's not QHHT anymore. It's a combination of light languages of frequency, 432 frequency, drums, channeling. I do all of that combined in one. And that is my technique. That is Ishmael. And each of us has this particular uniqueness in everything that we have to bring to the world. And we came here, volunteering.
So the analogy that I like to express now that you're saying that is, you know how a disco ball has all these little mirrors, right? And those little mirrors, when you turn off the light and the light just reflects upon that room, it lights up the room. And that's what we are, you know? It's a fragment of our soul that's experiencing the endless and the limitless types of lives that we want to live in a parallel world. Mm-hmm. So when you see it, like today I was telling my friend about that analogy, and to me it's like my spark of my soul is just lighting up the whole space wherever I reside or wherever I enter, you know? And that's how I see it, because we're so different but yet so alike, you know, but we're here to experience and to do the things that we want to do with our own experiences of our lives, of our past lives, or our future lives, of everything that we're here to experience for ourselves as a soul, along with your soul group and the people that you're here with as well, you know. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, as a human, you want to experience everything that there is, because we have so many fragments of us. So That's what's fun about living here in life, right? This 3D world, this body, this flesh, the feelings, because you get to experience all that. So I think it's fun. I mean, I think it's fun.
That same analogy that you did, Bashar, makes the same analogy with the prism. When the sunlight projects into a prism, there are multicolors. So it's like we get the sunlight, or we ground with earth, we get the energy, and then we become a multicolor rainbow, and then we experience every frequency, every color, and we keep expanding and expanding like a prism in infinite amount of colors and frequencies.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's super beautiful, super beautiful. If we really integrate that inside, and we tell to ourselves, I'm gonna live life like that, like, okay, what can I try next? For example, this morning it came that I'm going to start practicing more guitar, and I'm gonna start doing mantras with light languages. Let's see what happens. And guitar is a whole world, it's really complex. But I'm gonna start with the simple chords and see what comes out. I'm gonna record simple things in the beginning, and I'm gonna take it from there. But if I don't start, I will never start, because I remember I was feeling the same like 7 years ago about using my poetry and music, but my guitar is still there in a stand, just getting dust, and then
7 years later, 7 years later, here you are again with the guitar.
Yeah, I need to experience that part of the color of my prisms, and enjoy the different thing. And it doesn't need to be perfect. The outcome doesn't need to be perfect. There are so many things we do when we do the collective light languages transmission, that if you listen it from the way that we've been programmed, you can criticize it and say, that doesn't sound perfect, that doesn't sound like in harmony. But the thing is, if you transcend that programming and you feel it in your heart, you will feel that all light languages are in harmony. But there is an obstacle there from the mind in many people who have the programming of believing that is the same like music, the music like that you listen in an orchestra or from a musical band. No, it's something that goes beyond that. It goes really abstract. When the first time I went to listen to jazz, I couldn't stand it. I mean, all my family couldn't stand it. But then, as I was growing up or getting older, I was getting more sensitive to frequencies. And then here in UK, I started going to these pubs that whilst you are having a drink, you are listening to the band in the background. I started listening to jazz music and I fell in love, because I could literally travel in my mind by listening all the sounds and different frequencies whilst I was there. And I wasn't even drinking. I was just sat there with my friends. I was closing my eyes and just experiencing. And the reason why I'm saying this is because with light languages, it's kind of like a jazz orchestra. It's an instrument playing at the same time. Somehow they manage to meet in certain frequencies where you connect, and then you activate something within.
And I think too, it doesn't always have to be in harmony.
No.
You know, you mentioned that it's not always harmonious. Like sometimes the discordance has a purpose. And it's to, you know, we talked earlier about, I think it was before you recorded, we talked about interference. So it's a bit like it's interfering with this thing that isn't right or that needs to be brought into harmony, and the discordance sort of like shifts it.
Yeah.
I know with the tuning forks, there are specific sort of things, I haven't done them for ages, but where you use two different forks, which actually are discordant with each other, but they serve a specific purpose to break down some sort of resistance or whatever it is that you have that needs to be broken down.
Yeah, some people are able to manage 5 forks at a time, you know, and it's they're trying to break something or unblock something from that energy field, from that quantum field. So Willow, what do you do with dragons? That's cool. I love dragons.
Oh, well, I recently attended an event which was called 22 Illuminated Dragons. And there's a fellow in New Mexico, Santa Fe, who has a 22-acre property called Star Dreaming. So it's actually, if you want to look it up, I think it's www.stardreaming.org, I think. But anyway, it's called Star Dream. I'm sure if you just Googled Star Dreaming, you'd find it. It's a 22-acre property, and he's done it all by hand. I think he's created labyrinths and stone circles and I think stone temple things, and lots of artwork. And the artworks were all channeled, and they were each a different dragon, and they're very large. I don't know the size of all of them, but I know one specifically he had said was like 4 foot by 7 foot, so that's a fairly decent sized painting. And he reckons they're all fairly big, but each dragon, like each of these paintings, which was channeled through him, and each of them was a different dragon, which had a different purpose. And I went to that because I am really interested in dragons. It started quite a number of years ago when I was introduced, or what I was told, I didn't know. I was told I had a dragon, a white dragon, a snow dragon, he was referred to as. And I had 2 different people from a particular healing circle that I used to go to that said, when you were working, I saw a white dragon around you. So that was my first dragon. I call her a snow dragon. And she had ice blue eyes. And she's kind of smallish compared to my next dragon, who was a cosmic dragon, which I didn't know for a long time. It's like you have this stuff, but it doesn't really, you don't find out the information about it. Like it comes in dribs and drabs. It comes over a period of years, really. It took me quite a long time to get my dragon's name. And he's evolved in well, clearly he's grown, because I went to a class where we did past life regression meditation, and this particular regression, I found myself in a process which was how can we call it? So there were dragons flying around in the skies, and the parents were with what they termed their youngling, and the young ones were to choose their human to bond with. So that's where I met my dragon, that has been really my dominant dragon. And so I met him, and he was probably about a head taller than me, and then now he's like, I don't know, 4 stories or more high. And he's changed colour from green to what I refer to, I've got a piece of rainbow hematite, and I look at that, and to me that's what he looks like. It's really dark, and he's got this sort of shimmering rainbow colour that just runs across his scales. And we kind of like do these missions together. I have a friend who calls me up and she says, oh, we need, this and that needs working on, or are you prepared to help? And I always am. So, we sort of go into a meditation, and we connect with our dragons, and we go on this mission with our dragons to do good for the world. So that dragon finally gave me his name. It took me a while. It might have taken me 6 to 12 months to get his name, because initially he said it wasn't important. But I finally had been given his name, which was Zeb, Z-E-B. And I remember thinking how dull, really. Because I always thought, you know, dragons have all these like long, magnificent names, and I get sad. But it kind of made sense. It kind of made sense because I'm a very kind of basic, simplistic kind of person. So of course my dragon's going to have a basic, simple kind of name, and I actually love it now. Like I think it's just perfect. It couldn't be better. But when I went to this retreat, this event of all these dragons, we were given a manual with all the paintings of the different dragons that this fellow had made, and each of them came in with their own purpose and their own message. And it was presented by, the facilitator was a lady who does a lot of light language work, and so she would channel the light language energy that came through the dragons, and you know, give us a translation of what she had channeled. So with the manuals they gave us, we could put our hand on the picture of the dragon and we would draw the energy. We would draw in the energy. And so we sort of meditate. I'm sort of working on meditating with those now. But the first night I was there, and I had the manual, and the very first page is a cover, and it's called The Heart of the Dragon, which I'll just hold that up. So I don't know. There we go. So that's the heart of the dragon, and I just sort of, well, I'll start with that.
Shield. It's like a shield, huh?
Yeah, because they're really protective. And when I was sort of meditating on that, I had another dragon come in and sort of say she was going to join my dragon family, and that my expansion of dragon consciousness had drawn her in. So yeah, I haven't done any work with her yet, but I know she's just there. And I got her name almost up front. Like initially she was like, no, I'm not going to give my name. And it's funny because I'm like, I was trying to think, well, I knew it began with a P. I immediately got the letter P. And I was thinking Paradise, no, that's wrong. Pandora, no, that's wrong. But it's kind of a mixture of both because it's Parador. So it's kind of between Paradise and Pandora, which is why I was getting those two words, but they didn't feel right. And then I got Parador. So I don't know I said, what kind of a dragon are you? Or like, and she said, well, I come from very far away. I come from the all. So that was interesting. And I've yet to see.
What color is she?
Sorry?
The new dragon, what color is she?
I don't see her. I see her almost as transparent. I can't really, you know what I mean? I can't really get a vision of her. It's just like, I just feel like it's just energy. It's almost like just I'm not getting a picture or a color or anything. It just seems to be, she just seems to be at the moment, she's either just really clear or she's transparent. Something that will come in the future, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Because I normally work with the pink dragon and the air dragon. Those are the two that I work with mainly.
I
probably work with a lot of earth dragons because I've done some work with dragons here in my local area.
What is the difference, Mayra, between both of them, between those dragons that you work with? What in terms of feeling, what is the difference?
So for me, because I'm not able to see them, but I know that like the energy is pink, because so the pink one is the love dragon, because when I send the love to the world, because I do meditations in the morning too, and I always invoke I do the Trinity fold, and I do it in a spiral, and then I do the platinum one to anchor in the middle of earth. That's what I do every morning. And I work with the element dragons because of everything, the soil, the water, the earth, the wind, right? Mm-hmm. And so the pink one, normally, like, I just feel love. It's just like this, she has these big wings, you know, and she loves to hug. And I just tell her, I'm like, okay, let's go hug. And I see myself as a small girl, like I'm like maybe 7, 8 years old. And I just fly with her. And I'm like, I just go and hug Mama Earth, and I hug her and I give her hugs. And then we do this, because how it started was because she used to come to my heart and she would do the flame, but her flames were like magenta, like really, really hot pink. And she would like direct it at my heart. And she said that my heart was very hard, like my heart was hardened like an egg. So she just kept penetrating her flames, like her fire in my heart. And that's how it all started, because I did a lot of work with my heart, because I've had a lot of traumas, and because of all those traumas, I've been able to release all that stuff, and it's been through the dragon flames, you know? So, and then now with the air dragon, what I do with him, he's blue. He's like a blue, like not like a royal blue, but like in between, like indigo and royal. So he's a bright blue. And we do air. I invoke him, and we just do the air, and we cleanse the air around Earth, and we go and we cleanse, and we do the big flames to kind of like shift and clean and let our air, for us to breathe better air, quality air. And yeah. And my son, he sees the green dragon. So, you know, that's
It was green when I first met him. Yeah.
Yeah, he sees green, I see blue, but then we play this game where he's like, but Mom, you know, now I see the red one, because I also do the red dragon too, because of the fire, to transmute and to burn and to eliminate and make sure that all that is cleansed, you know. But yeah, I mean, I do my elemental dragons mainly. And my pink one, because she's love. And she's very playful, so we just play around. And, you know, I see myself as a little girl, and I just love the wind. I just love playing and just giggling, and we just go through, like, because in every life that I've been through, like when I've done regressions, or even when I go in meditations, I always see like a field of flowers, you know? So that's what I see myself in always. It's like a field of flowers, or I see myself in the woods, like surrounded by trees.
That's where I usually go.
You too? Yeah, because
mostly the forest or the beach.
Yeah, the forest or the beach. Yeah, I normally go to the beach, to the forest, and then the forest, I smell the trees and I talk to the trees. So today that I saw the lioness when I was meditating, I was like, this is strange. Because, you know, I normally don't see wild cats, because I do not like cats. But I saw this, I do not.
Like this kind. I think
right?
you like this kind. Yes.
Yeah. So then I see this big feline, and she is big and gorgeous. And I saw my face on her, and it was like staring at me like, hey, you're here. And she looked mighty, strong, yet she was gentle.
Yep.
Yeah. And I said, oh, that's very strange. I tell you, because I am highly allergic to cats. I die. My friend has 5 cats in her apartment, and I cannot visit my friend because I get anaphylactic, so my throat starts to close. Yeah, it's pretty bad. And my eyes shut down, and I start like weeping. So it's pretty bad, and I can't breathe. But I'm like, that's so strange. But you know, of course, nothing in this realm is strange, right? But today I was just in awe of that moment, because it was so powerful. And it was like a golden, it was golden, like it was and blue eyes, like that marble blue eyes. So that was pretty interesting earlier today. But my dragons, I love my dragons, so I love them. And I see them in the clouds. You see them in the clouds? I see them in the cloud formations. Yeah, I see them in the clouds.
Yeah, for me, it's just more an awareness of feeling their energy around me. And Zeb's been with me for 6 or 7 years now, and he's saved me a couple of times on the road. you know, where there was something that could, the one particularly I'm 100% convinced would have been the fatal accident had he not guided me what to do. And I didn't realize at the time, I just thought it was me doing it, right? And then afterwards I thought, oh, wait a minute, that was Zeb. He came in and he could have told me to ease off on the gas and to do this and to do that, because there was some fool that was flying up on the inside of me, and I think he wanted to go past me, but there was cars parked up ahead. And he was going, like, it would have been, if I didn't reduce my speed, he would have, to avoid the parked cars, he would have just smashed straight into me, because there would not have been a space for his car to move into. So I'm convinced that that was guidance from my Dragon Zeb. I've had one other incident, which probably would not have been a fatal one, but that one definitely was, potentially, had I not acted on guidance. But, you know, I know he watches over me when I travel. So, and I'm very grateful for that, to have his protection. He's hugely protective, as I'm sure all dragons are. And there's so much love. And also, tell me, he has got the most wicked sense of humor. He laughs all the time. Everything's a joke. You know, he'll crack a funny, he'll wink at me, and he's a real character.
That's so much fun. But that you're talking about, that happens to me with angels. Metatron is hilarious. Like, his sense of humor, I'm like, are you joking or are you being serious? Like, that's the kind of humor he has when I do my archangels. And normally, like, I've had really bad accidents too, and it's been my angels guiding me all the way through. Like, and I saw the white light. I mean, I saw everything. It was pretty amazing. But it's so amazing how connected we are, right? Like, it's with the angels, with the dragons, with the elementals, because I love fairies and gnomes.
Oh, yes. I love all the elementals.
Oh my God, me too. I love elementals. Like, in my garden, every time I see anything that has to do with fairy house, the fairy waterfall, I have a house, I have all sorts of things outside. And I have like little statues that say fairies are welcome, gnomes, and I have like all sorts of things out there. And I have a little
don't
house
have that, but I just, again, it's just another awareness and just feeling of that energy, particularly if you're out in the bush or something. And I might sort of see something flash in my vision, and I'm like, must be a fairy over there, because something moved in the bushes there. And then sometimes when you're just walking out the bush and you just suddenly come out with, and you know that there's fairies around.
Yeah. I don't see them like that, but I know that they're around, because I have like all their little things there, and I know that they come at night, because when I go outside, like, it feels like they're happy, you know, to come and like find a place to kind of like rest, because I have like this little house that has a little light in it. It's super cute, and it's a fairy house. And everything I have is like fairy houses.
We feel the same with the light languages. When they start talking through us, they usually come with that joy and happiness, and it's something you cannot control. You might have a very bad day, and if the light languages start coming through, it's like you start shifting.
Yeah, and the energy's still around, because I still feel like laughing.
It's like, how can I be laughing if I have such a bad day? No, it's like the mind wondering, how can I be laughing? Well, why not? Come on, man, laugh, enjoy, because this is a very unique experience. Sometimes we lose that sense of how let's say fast life is, no? It's like it feels like it takes a long time, but at the same time it feels like it's just like a glimpse. With the energies that have been downloading these 2 last weeks, they were really putting us in perspective, life into perspective, so that we can appreciate every small thing, so that we can live life to the full. That says Ina, and I think that transformational process that we are all experiencing, we are doing that. We are getting into more simplicity, more appreciation, more surrendering. Yes, allowing more joy. A lot of children I am having more connection to children lately, more and more.
But that's what it is too. You know, like when we speak about light language, dragons, fairies, elementals, you're letting your child come out and play, right? Because when I tell people the stuff that I do, they're like, but didn't you do that when you were little? And I say, no, actually I didn't. Because I didn't have a childhood, you know? I had a lot of traumas as a child, so I didn't. I worked hard because that's what we needed to do, because we didn't have a lot of money, and my mom would not allow us to play. There was no playtime. It was only doing. If it wasn't chores, it was working. I've been working since the age of 8, you know? So I was not allowed to be a child. So now that I'm a grown woman, I
it's the moment of your life,
right?
Yeah,
so and it's that you're allowing yourself to be in that light, in that laughter, in that joy, in that brings you happiness, in the small little things that bring you happiness.
The
I go out to my
self-discovery every
garden.
day, that you can get to a deeper layer of joy. That
Joy.
Self-discovery every day,
Yes. Every morning I go outside, and the one thing I like to do is smell my flowers. I kiss them, I hug them, and I tell them how much I love them. And it for me, that's joy, you know?
I greet my trees. So I have 3 trees in a line in my backyard, and a 4th tree, which is just on the other side of the divider fence, but it's in my front yard. And I have names. Actually, the one in the front yard's just got a name, but I have names for my trees. So I have one tree that he's like the dominant one. He's like boss guy, and actually the other tree, because I had a friend here visit recently, and she does really communicate with trees. And she was telling me, like, the middle tree, which is the smaller of the 3, and I've deemed her to be a feminine, and she gave me her name. Actually, the dominant tree, I don't know, I thought like I gave him his name, but maybe he gave it to me. I thought I named him. His name is Artemis. And then the second one, I think she gave me it because I thought, well, what's your name? You know, and I thought about it for quite a long time, and nothing came. And one morning I was sitting out in the sunshine in front of her and just drinking my coffee, and all of a sudden I heard Guinevere. So her name's Guinevere. And my friend was here, and she said, Guinevere was telling me, because she was sitting underneath the tree reading a book, and she came in and she said, Guinevere was telling me, Artemis is a bit bossy. I said, well, maybe he is, because he does strike me as being like the dominant, like the boss guy. So that kind of makes sense. And on the other side of Guinevere is Bartholomew. Now, it took me quite a while to get his name, but I think that's because he's a little bit shy. He's a little bit of an introvert. So he doesn't talk a lot, and it took me a while to get his name. I kept thinking it began with a B, and then I got Bar, and then it took another week or 2 before I got the rest. But yeah, he's the quiet one, and Guinevere's, she's a lovely feminine one, and Artemis is the dominant one. It's like he's the big protector. I'm looking after you guys, yeah, you know. And then and then also my friend said that Guinevere had said, I love it when she comes out and says hello to us. Which I do. I'll say, good morning, Artemis. Good morning, Guinevere. Good morning, Bartholomew. And apparently she really likes it when I do that.
they actually, you know, like when I'm having like a rough day, I just go to the park and I hug my favorite tree, which happens to be a oak tree. And I just hug him and I tell him how much I love him. And I sit under him and I tell him, just shade me, just give me the wisdom, the wisdom of the tree. And I sit there,
and there is too. They're very wise.
They're very wise, and I just
Yeah.
sit under him, and I'm like, I can sit there for hours. Sometimes I just fall asleep. So trees are, I mean, trees are magnificent.
Ancient beings,
Yeah, they're our grandfathers.
grandfathers of wisdom. And do you know what we learn when we are incarnated in a tree? Patience.
Patience, yeah. How
and
to be
and stillness.
strong, yes, rooted, and
Well,
flexibility.
rooted. When I asked this lady, she was telling me, I'm a tree, and I say, how do you feel? How do you feel? And I say, I feel the entire earth as part of me. She didn't feel the limitation like we humans feel like we are walking on earth. She say, I don't feel the difference between me and Mother Earth. We are connected. And she was crying. She was telling me this and in tears of emotions and love, because she said, this is amazing. I feel so huge, so expand, and that does to feel truly rooted.
How do you think I got my name Willow? That was given to me a year ago when I moved here. And because I was always, as you know, known as Wilma. And they were like, that doesn't suit you. You need to be called something else. And because that experienced a bit of my light language, maybe some of my energy, I don't know. But they said, can we call you Willow? Because we think that suits you far better. And everyone since has gone, it does, it suits you. Like it's, and I really embraced it. So yeah, Willow it is. And I just say to everyone, I'm a walking tree.
And who told you that, Wilma? Who told you that? That
they wanted to call me Willow?
Yeah. Who wanted
it's a lady that owns a property here where we go to for spiritual gatherings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's very multidimensional.
Mm-hmm.
And she's very highly
she
connected.
Wasn't resonating with Wilma.
No, she said, I want to call you Willow.
I want to call you Willow. Okay.
Yeah, so she said, can we change your name? We want to make it Willow. And so now it is Willow. And so I have this joke,
Willows they're ancient because they're like the grandmothers.
Well, I am. I'm an ancient soul. I know that.
We are.
So
we are ancient.
It suits me. It resonated because it does suit me. Yes, I'm ancient, and I am very grounded, and I'm flexible, because the willow tree is very flexible. So all those qualities relate to me. So I embrace the name because I think I embody it really.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Me too. Like, have you seen Avatar, the first movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love it.
So when they're sitting on the ground and they're doing the root chanting around the tree, I cried so much.
I know. It so gets you, doesn't it? Oh,
I cried.
It's just like you feel like you're doing it. Like it's like you were there.
Yeah. I felt like I was there. Like that movie was me. I'm like, oh my God, like everything. How he connected to the dragons, how he connected to the tree of life, how he connected to Mother Earth. Like for me, I loved that movie.
Oh, me too.
I love when they connect that part of the hair, like to the tree. To the tree of life, how they merge together and they create that connection. That to me,
that just ran tingles through my body.
That to me is something that I know that is not only or just a movie. It's something we experienced before. Maybe not exactly the same, but very similar way. As trees or other beings, I don't know, but that is so familiar. So familiar,
especially with the chanting. So you're like, I'm that's how my language started with chants. So when I hear that chanting, it's just like almost like being home in a way. You know, you just brought right back to yourself. Urishia handro e karo uina hara wishana. Aso oroe ahrohma. Ahana are to handrohmeni. Sur to yana. Aro shohmane to. Noro. Toro naro surunae yo doro doro suturane surunae ano sono harunae sunae. Oh my God, so much love. I want to cry now. Oh.
So sure.
Oh.
I love when we cannot handle love because it's so powerful. It's so powerful that we explode into tears like it's a lot. It's a lot. I love that.
It is like you can just feel your whole heart center expanding, and this is like my whole body is just vibrating right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
That is
actually, it wasn't right to say we cannot handle. We handle it, but we are just sensitive, and in that frequency, maybe we are not all the time in the 24 hours that the day has. So when that frequency comes like now, shakes our soul. And it feels great.
Brings you back, doesn't it? Really, it brings you back to yourself.
Yeah, it brings you to the pure self. Sushi masutai tanamawa semisa makushamaita agnamas etikama sita muko haite anek amo seshamu ata anika ate senik amasat aka. So what these beings are doing more and more every week is to share with me what they feel about us, and as I am mentioning or transferring the light languages, I'm feeling what they feel, and it's so much joy and happiness when we do these things that maybe to someone coming from outside it will look like a simple meeting or just a gathering. For them, it's like a festival. It's like a celebration. Ikamu putai mukamo sushita na koka tekama sanamo kapasa.
Yena aroshni kiera esha shashne kiera. Roko shutuko nai ekara boko tuko mari ekatuko shutuko ngania. Aroko koko dikaro koko ni ina ke shkanene ke andoro muka ene. Aro hit this feels like Parador's energy. Ekere ndo kata. Rush te andar kati andar hatakane aro ko ona atikuko niana at ishkanana ke antuko maya. Oh wow. Full body tingles going on here.
How shivers. Tasusha apuka sonita mo baktan sita mo hamota edete kapochitane kisina mokatsana chat edete kikubana shana como sa seta poco samo batsesina epaka katsunde te kubata. They are telling us that light languages go there where the human system needs to become true self again. So sometimes we have so many things, so many layers of issues that we have experienced in the past that they don't allow us to just, for example, cry. Sometimes I remember sometimes in the past that I had to play a song or I had to play a movie for me to cry, because I needed to cry. I knew I had to cry. I felt tension here in my chest, and I knew that if I cry, I will feel like a relief. But light languages, I feel they do that. They take us to our true self, but also different aspects of ourselves.
Yes.
We can
Yes.
feel as the chief of the tribe. We can feel as the elemental being. We can feel as the dragon with the strength and force. We can feel as the lion with that courage and strength and love at the same time. Like Mayra said before with that lioness, we can feel so many things. So light languages are allowing us to feel how we felt being the different aspects of ourselves that we have forgotten. So they are bringing the memories back to feel us as the dragon, to feel ourselves as the tree, to feel ourselves as any other being that we have experienced. And if we haven't been one of them, with the light languages, they can also share how it feels to be one. And sometimes the experience they have of love is so intense that make us feel like emotional. Of course, it makes us feel emotional. And sometimes I'm like suddenly crying like with tissues, and maybe I end a full package of tissues, like 12 tissues, like all around me, like all white balls of tissues around.
And they're not sad tears.
Crying. And somebody who might come around will say, "Oh, you might be so sad," and I might look at them and say, "No, I'm not sad. I'm just in love. I'm full of love. I'm just not used to being such a high frequency."
Yeah, I cry for nothing, for things that make me so happy, and but I'm crying. What?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like when I see somebody that's really happy, I'll cry because I'm so happy for them.
It's because it's contagious. It's the best contagious thing. Laughter, love. Tasamu amak amosis make abu akutona aka. Everything has been designed to be addictive and contagious. You just need to choose those things that you like the most. Kamusishimi amuma. Seste teti tomo kuboto peshititi kumo titi titi anaka. Musine tabokwashite te titi titi anaka. Kumachanakaya. And if somebody asked me, how did you feel that being? The meaning was like a waterfall. Oh, that's not the meaning. Yeah, to me, that's the meaning, and it's meaningful. To feel like a waterfall, it feels so great because I felt free. I felt free and flowing. And it happened in maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds. I don't know how long was that transmission, but enough to feel myself as a waterfall. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's interesting. Now, my father was an artist, and in fact, that's one of his pieces behind me. But there was one that was one that he'd done of a waterfall, and it was never one of my favorites. But it was so funny because when I was hanging up the paintings in my home here, and I kind of looked at that and thought, "Oh, where are you going to go?" And there was this room at the front that was really just where I was keeping all my boxes and my unpacked things, and there was a hook on the wall. I went, "You'll do," and I shoved it up there, like to get it up, but to like it was really strange. I didn't really want it in the living area. I didn't really want to look at it. It wasn't one of my favorites. But you know what's happened? That little room, which is a bedroom at the front of my house, and the rest of the bedrooms are at the back, so it's kind of strange how it's kind of been separated, but that has become my healing room. So once I unpacked everything and set it all up, and I've got a huge picture of an Indian on a rock ledge, and I've got some pictures of elephants, and they're all orange. This orange color sort of really is dominant, and there is the waterfall painting. And I looked at it and I thought, I know why you're here. And it wasn't so much, well, it was initially because I didn't really want to see you out in the living area, but you belong here. That painting of the waterfall belongs in that healing room because it's all about emotion. You know, water is all about emotion and flow. And I just looked at it and I thought, wow, you know, how appropriate. Like I put it there to kind of like get it out of the way, but I've really put it where it belongs, where it needs to be. So I was quite pleased when I realized that.
So amazing when we sense that, when we sense where things need to be, and feels great. Also so unique, because for somebody else that might be maybe in another room, maybe feels like resonating in another room, but for you is that place, and I feel that so cool.
Yeah, I think my healing room's a bit different to everybody else's. I don't think anyone else has got a huge picture of an Indian on a rock ledge and a bunch of elephants, but I've got one piece of wall space that's free, and I've been not sure what I can do with that, but I realized it now. Now I'm on the lookout for a good dragon painting, because I looked at that space and I thought that needs a dragon. So because I work with dragons and they come in with the healings, and of course my Indian does as well, and the elephants are my power animal. So I just thought, you know, it would be really appropriate to have a dragon picture hanging on that free space on the wall. So now I'm on the lookout for a good one.
I look forward.
I'll know when I find it.
To see it. Yeah, I know that man, no, who painted, or some.
Oh no, no. Well, his paintings are far too big and probably far too expensive. I think because a lot of there's dots, and he said he used a match head to
wow.
paint the little dots, and like it was very labor intensive. So yeah, I don't think I'd be able to
Maybe
afford one of his. So I just want to look around for something locally.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a painting, it can just be a picture, but I just feel it needs to be a dragon.
I'm going to show you the paintings I have here from Naida's sister, Estefania. Look at them.
Oh, nice.
See the ones? Well, these 3 paintings, they are showing the way I heal in planet Earth and in the universe. The vision that my cousin Estefania had is you, cousin, healing Earth and healing the cosmos, and each of them has a meaning. And she wrote like a PDF file, like 3 or 4 pages, talking about each of them, what represents and what I'm doing in them, and what are these things around and all of that. And she just know it. She just see it in the third eye, and her hand move like automatic writing. But painting, like I believe that man does the same with the dragon, no? Like maybe these paintings are very elaborate, but for him, it's just a pleasure to flow and do them.
It was interesting because he showed us, he had slides of how each painting progressed. Like he would show a slide which was just the background, and then he'd show another slide which had a piece, one piece of the picture, and then he'd show another slide which was, you know, the picture more developed. So he said it came in bits and pieces. Like he would do one piece like over there on the canvas, and then he'd do another bit over there on the canvas, and then, you know, something here, and then it all ended up, you know, coagulating together. But quite often he said I had no idea what I was painting. I was just painting what they were channeling through me, and then it became, you know, a dragon's head or a paw or something, but whereas when he first started, it didn't look like that. He couldn't tell what it was until it had progressed.
I'm feeling like an oracle deck of dragon cards.
I've got one.
You got one?
I have one. How about I grab it? We'll just draw a
Yes.
card. What do you reckon?
Yeah. She's gonna bring them.
What are you feeling?
The dragon oracle card.
Oh.
I was feeling, because we are talking about paintings, and I was feeling I wish I was a good painter, and I will do my own oracle cards.
So
But
these are
I never
by
seen
Diana Cooper.
Diana Cooper. I have some of her as well, about angels, I believe.
So I did. Yeah, I drew a couple of cards what are we now? Yeah, Monday, and I had the magenta dragon then,
Mm-hmm.
and the rose pink dragon.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So
That's my dragon.
I'll just clear the deck. And do you want a card each, or shall I do a collective card? A card each? Or...
as you feel it. As you feel it. If you
Okay,
want
well, that one feels like it's
we do a
for the collective. So, and then I'll do one for each individually. Because as I was saying collective, that popped out.
Suma Kisamu.
Okay, Ishmael, Alpha Dragon. Ooh.
Which one?
Alpha Dragon.
Alpha
Hang on.
Dragon.
I got my wrong glasses. I need some reading specs for this. Hold on. Back in a sec.
Yes. Alpha Dragon. Ooh. Leadership.
So this says, I'll show you the picture of it, but I'll just read it first.
Mm-hmm.
Harnesses the divine masculine power of creation and destroy the old, visualize your dream, help to manifest a new world. So, and this is the, can you see that? This is the Alpha Dragon.
It's like black, no?
Yes.
And it has like, it's the same tail, like doing like the infinite symbol.
The infinite, yeah.
Yeah.
Suanaka. So beautiful, powerful. Suanaka.
He is. I can send you a picture of that in a personal message if you want, Ishmael.
Okay.
And this one's for you, Myra.
Because the pictures takes you to other feelings as well when you look at it in your own time. That's what I feel.
You got the Earth and Fire Dragon, so that's pretty appropriate. Works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. It's time for service. When you give, you receive.
What? And that's the Earth Dragon?
It's, Earth and Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's made of fire.
And you said the fifth 5D ley lines?
Yes, works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines.
Wow.
Mayra is into dimension.
I am. So I work with Archangel Michael and Mother Mary because they have ley lines called in the UK. That's where they start. And now that's very interesting. That's quite some. I tell you, there's no coincidences.
Oh, no. So interestingly, this is interesting. This is the one I drew, which I thought was for the collective. I'll just show the picture. It's a pink dragon.
Oof.
And there's musical notes in there. Actually, maybe it was for me, because I've drawn this a few times. This is the dusky pink dragon from Andromeda.
Whoa.
Prepares all your chakras to embody higher love, accept and radiate higher love, and teach others with its flame. So that would be a nice one for the collective.
Mm-hmm. For everyone. And it's so
Yeah.
beautiful, that one.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yeah, I've drawn her a few times, and I think because it looks like there's a bee in there in her wings or something, a little insect, and there's musical notes, and of course I used to, I sing a lot and chant a lot, and so I really resonated with this one. I've drawn her a few times, but anyway, that's for the collective, and I'll just have to remember to send you yours, Ishma, when we've done.
Ukwa. Usami sama mak ubata kubas itan esi. Seni sima anakama. Do tane tahi kabubakata. I don't know why it's showing me like lot of geometry figures made of iron. So mamus isi ni kianto ma ano otoma sesi. So they say ways of transcending states of density that you are experiencing when you bring to the surface all the memories from childhood, Muma, Sana, Anakuma. And the thing is that I have been like for 3 weeks intensive, dreaming every other day of things that happened in my childhood that I couldn't even remember. I didn't know that they even existed. But then in the dream, it was exactly the same that happened in the past, but the child in the dream is not a child anymore. It's like me here. It's like I am now. It's like I am with this awareness. So when I wake up, I feel in agony, in pain, but I'm capable to transmute the pain and heal it very fast, because I understand that that's not me anymore, and that doesn't make sense anymore in my life. So naturally it dissolves, it goes. And for some reason the dragon, the alpha dragon, is working in helping me with geometries made of metal that are, well, just to tell me that he's there helping me to transcend this density. Shua, nana, tinana, muma, the spiral of ascension. Muma asuna, you never stop ascending. Kamuma suana, so fast, titana amo, with the strength of a dragon. Muma hana, do you really think you weren't a dragon in a past lifetime? Kuana, you are still are, because everything is happening now. Kumasana. So we are connecting to it. Like we were saying before, we are connecting with them. We might use cards, and the card is just a tool. It's a tool to help us connect. But the connection, the essence, the strength, the power, the memory, everything is already inside. It's in us. And we are just, with this gathering, we support this, by raising the frequency, we support this memory to come back. Husua, what did you say, Mayra?
No, I'm burning copal in an alabaster container, because alabaster is what Mary Magdalene uses when she heals.
Okay, so we've just done some cards, and the theme is meant to be Mary Magdalene. I'm going to go and get my Mary Magdalene oracle cards now. We'll see what she's got to say.
I love it. I love things turning up in its own nature, just as it comes. Muma simama.
So I burnt it in charcoal, and then I put the copal on top, and you know what it looks like?
How?
Like an Egyptian head.
An Egyptian.
Yeah.
Egyptian head. Interesting.
The copal burnt an Egyptian head on the charcoal, because it's a disc charcoal.
Yeah. Wow. When I channel on Sunday Maria Magdalene, in between there was also other beings that they were golden.
Look at the head.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
and their head were like that, like elongated heads.
Yes.
And when I asked them, "Who are you?" and they say, "We are beings from the sun, and we help you to connect with the sun. We assist you connecting to the sun, because many of you, they still don't connect enough with the sun, and it's needed in these times we are living. It's so important to connect with the sun frequency."
Yeah.
I've just drawn a card.
I invoke
Sorry,
the sun. I invoke the sun when I do for the soil, because the sun is the one that radiates to the soil. So when I do my spirals, I do Helios, and I invoke Metatron because he is of the sun as well. Metatron, you know, we like the Metatron. I love Metatron, so I always invoke him. I do, and Helios.
So this is the Magdalene Oracle. Just trying to get so that I haven't got the light reflecting. There we go. And I drew a card for the collective, and you're not going to believe this. Universal Christ. How appropriate. How appropriate. And it says, the emptiness you presently feel is helping you reconnect to aspects of your nature that you have kept repressed for some time. I won't read the whole thing, but I just think, you know, for the collective, how appropriate.
Very much. Very appropriate. Yeah. Anna. I feel also that the Christ energy is the complementary energy to Maria Magdalene. So yes. I feel that, it's like perfect. It's like when I saw the card, I said, perfect. That's it.
Barishi Hanorwayana. Akura ash ochne ehera. So uruwahana e. Oh, I got goosebumps. Do pantro ena aristo marke. Yera shunto humaye. Asohurma ena te eneriti. And I'm feeling like this is the feminine and masculine on either side. So it's talking about the merge and the balance. Serishi henida akuine. Rushuhuma erhatene ea hotuma se are hina atene. And not to fight it. I think that there obviously are people who resonate with being feminine, and they fight the fact that there's masculine energy in them, and definitely the other way around, the masculine energy, like, oh, no, I got no female crap in me. So this is like, don't deny it, because this is who you are. As a whole being, you are both. You are all. You are both feminine and masculine. Let them blend. And be whole. Blessings.
Wow. So no size. Wonderful. Joy, lot of joy. Thank you, love. So powerful. Oh, Suisha. And we need to really hold that energy.
Would you like a personal one from the Magdalene Oracle? And this one is for Myra. I'll do you first. Chia nuru ia kara shoro andari antakena shena fubeni kiero wantiara. So oro boke ar bokeniera aretiera sutro a aruto oro. There it is. Guardian angel.
Guardian angel.
Guardian angel. Let me just have a look at what the book says briefly. I won't do the whole thing, but Hang on. Okay. To the rational mind, it seems that nothing exists without having a beginning and an end. In the physical world, things are born and then they die. Things start, then come to an end. On the surface, this is what we see and often believe. However, when we delve deep into the spiritual heart of matter, a different picture emerges. Energetically, nothing truly ever dies. Everything in life simply transforms. Everything and everyone is forever held within love's eternal embrace. Spiritually, everyone and everything you love are always present. Nothing is ever truly lost or missing. So don't smile. So smile, don't be sad. For everyone you love is forever present in your heart, just as you are forever present within theirs. That's
Yep.
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Those are my angels. They're always telling me that. Always. They always say that to me. They're like, you're not alone. You feel like you are, but you're not. And I'm like, but I have a very strange relationship with my mother. And I always say that. I'm like, but why would I choose a mother that's not loving? You chose that. They do, you chose that. And I'm like, okay. What I'm learning love. I'm learning self-love. That's for sure.
So for Ishmael, family.
And the three.
Appropriate again. You were born into your family for a reason and a purpose, just as there is reason and purpose for experiencing all that you have experienced to date. Like most of us, you probably believe the myth that all family members should all get along and always be nice to one another. Other families always seem nicer. God, don't we all relate to that? The truth is that every family experiences similar dynamics in one way or another. Your family is your greatest teacher, and I think we all know that. Every family member will hold at least one trait that you don't like, and you have at least one trait that each of your family members don't like. This fact sets the perfect environment for us to learn to love unconditionally. Later in life, you will discover that every perceived negative comes with a positive attached to it. I'm sure you've already discovered that one, Ishmael. Where was it? Yet with the passing of time, you will realize that beneath our individual facades, there is only love. Love comes in many forms and may not always be kind. Reflect on this, for it will help you let go of any resentment you have towards your family or a family member.
Wow. Especially
I love the Magdalene cards.
Every other night, bringing the memories from the past. It's unbelievable that I get that, because all these dreams are about my family. It's about that childhood that was broken, and that teenager time that was broken, which I didn't even remember. My mind completely erased everything so that I could survive and keep going. And now it's coming all to the surface, and yeah, it's teaching me a lot. Yeah, but what I love the most is the freedom, the feeling of freedom that I feel after processing all of them. It's just another level of freedom that I didn't know yesterday. Today I'm experiencing another level. The day before I was in a denser level, and like this, so on, if I go back. That to me gives me a lot of hope and joy and yeah, a sense of prosperity, because I'm feeling freer every day, and that to me means alignment. And getting to that family, very recently I was telling to Naida, I believe that it was talking to Naida, that is so interesting how my whole family in the side of my father is broken, and in the side of my mother is broken as well. And I only have my sister and my cousins that I mention all the time, the spiritual Stefania, Maria, and Naida. Apart from them, I don't have any other family, and the life or the world or my sisters and my brothers started coming from outside, from nowhere, and I started meeting more and more people that, without even knowing me, they will consider me, or they could see me really, but from the essence that I am. And that's sometimes that even my own family cannot see in me. Neither can see it. Maria and Stefania, they can see it. But for example, my sister, who is the closest one I got of blood, she don't see me. Melissa see me much more. You see me much more, Wilma, than my own sister. So life has taught me that the blood family coming from the family tree, yeah, they are your family here on earth, and they have a purpose, yes. But personally, I feel that my family tree is much wider, is unlimited, and because as time passes, I meet more brothers and sisters, and they feel good with me without even know why they feel good with me, and it's mutual feeling. So that tells me that we are family in many levels of many humans, and we are meeting as things change, as we transform. We also get the connection. We start connecting. And when sometimes you need to say to some of them and goodbye, and you don't see them anymore. But some others, they're always there. It's like you and I, Wilma, we don't see for months. Doesn't matter. It's not an issue.
The connection's never lost.
The connection is there. It's not an element that changes anything. I feel with Wesley, with Melissa, all these people that have been attracted by light languages, for some reason, they have that element of connection, family connection.
I pulled the card for you, Ishmael. Look.
We
It's a bit fuzzy.
love.
It's called the Star Brother.
Oh, nice.
Star Brother.
The focus is terrible. I don't know why.
Put it closer and let's see if you make it closer. Yeah, closer a bit more, and then up. Yeah, there.
What deck is that? Is that one of Kyle Gray's decks?
This is the Star Seeds.
Oh,
That's it.
nice.
This was Star Brothers. That's what your card was. And you know what it says? It says you're more protected than what you can imagine. It's safe to open the back of your heart. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now from those in your life and from the benevolent beings you're connected with. Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks when it comes to receiving support. So we'll learn that we need to go through a life alone, that is not safe to let your guard down and your heart open, that the world isn't a friendly place. But the Star Brothers want you to know that you have a new experience of life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply secure and safe, even if you're going through a difficult time. They want you to hand over your fears to them, to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you can ever imagine, both in the world and beyond. To call in your team of loyal protectors and supporters, both physically and energetically. They want you to learn to soften through life ups and downs and to learn to be open in your heart, specifically in most wants to harden. But it talks about the back of your heart.
I think it's the card that I needed to get today. Oh my God.
Can I have one of those cards, Myra, please?
Yes, let me shuffle.
They really sound cool. Wanamuma tuama. They're wonderful. Wow. So accurate. Everything.
Sometimes it's very hard when people speak about the back of the hearts, but lately that's what I've been getting, you know? I mean, I got it even for my own self. And specifically, like you're talking about your traumas, when you have a lot of traumas, you have to do the back of your heart. You have to. Because we normally do the front, and I do a Taurus field on my heart, but you have to do the back. Yeah. So when we learn how to do that, then, you know.
I'll start
And we are starting, so, you know. Okay, there's Mrs. Willows. Your card is the Whale and Orca Elders. Share your
Oh,
song,
yes.
Share your song frequency of sound diving deep.
Beautiful.
I'm on my phone, so it's like a little hard to see. And I'm
Yeah,
in my
it's hard.
closet. Yeah.
Who created that deck, Myra?
This one is Rebecca Campbell and
Oh, yep, she's good.
done by Danielle.
Yep, I've got one. I think Rebecca Campbell. I've got one called The Healing Waters that was done by her.
Yeah, it's Star Seeds. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I'm gonna read your thing. Hold on a second.
Okay.
The Whale and Orca Elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet, to harmonize it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonic calls us to wake up and remember our own soul song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the wounding, the identity, the personality, the story. They see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share with potency. To bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, your doubts, your baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. The Whale and Orca Elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings, to drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing, along the song that echoes in the 4 chambers of your heart, to emanate in all 4 directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all those you meet.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That resonates so deeply. And when
Your
you
soul
said...
song, your soul song, all the 4 chambers, that's like, when it said that, I'm like, what? Like the 4 chambers, that's all of you. That's your whole soul. That's your whole, who you are. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, I immediately had an emotional response, because when it spoke of looking into the whale's eye, I remember years ago having a meditation, and I was brought to it again. I was guided to go back and look at that, because I write them up so I know what they were. And in that particular meditation, there was a whale, and it came up, and I looked into the eye of the whale in that meditation, and it was it just strikes you really deeply, like you really feel it to the core of your being. And when you read that out, it's like I could feel that all over again. Oh, thank you.
We're connected. The beauty, right, is the beauty of it all, of meeting wonderful people from all over the world. And that's one of the things I give myself, is to meet others. From wherever it is that we are, we come together and we meet once a week, you know, where we meet and we share our experiences, and we do a collective healing, or we do intentions, or we do sacred work, because this is sacred. Like, for me, this is my sacred space, where I come with my like-being soul family, my kindred soul family, and we come and we do beautiful work, you know, for ourselves, for those out in the world, for our Mother Earth, for our trees, for our elements, for all that we're here to do in that big scheme of the consciousness of all that is, you know. I always feel that, I always tell this to them, is we are like this little drip of the ocean, but it echoes throughout, you know, because we are that drop in the ocean, but we are the ocean itself, because we're part of everything, and everything is part of us. So I've always loved the water. And for me, I do a lot of work with water too. I do sacred water. And to be in the presence of dolphins, orcas, whales is magnificent.
I had a dolphin, actually. I looked into the eye of a dolphin as well. This was actually physical. It wasn't a meditation. I was living near water at the time, and I'd seen there were dolphins. It's a lake, but it's attached to, like, there's a connection between the sea, and they come up through this connection river thing into the lake. And I'd seen them. I was walking around there, around the lake, and I'd seen them, because I heard them when they're, you know. And so I stopped and watched. There's a little pontoon. I went out onto that, and I was watching them, and one came swimming up and came right up alongside. I couldn't believe my eyes. Came right up alongside where I was standing, and it turned on its side, so its eye was looking directly up at me, and we just eyeballed each other for like a minute, and that was just amazing. Like, that memory's come back to me now with this card, but that was just an amazing experience, and one I've never forgotten, nor will I ever. But I don't know what it was, but there was something in what that dolphin was trying to tell me, bring me, give me. I don't know, but it was really very powerful to look into the eye of that dolphin.
And remember, dolphins, what do dolphins do? They bring out the child of us, right? They're very
joyful
playful.
play.
They love to play, you know, like dolphins are the best therapy for kids, especially like kids that have like behavior issues. Dolphins, they tend to help kids. So, I mean, we're all connected, you know, and when we forget that we're not connected, that coming back to that 0 point, coming back to that center space, that's what all we need. And finding that peace within too, right? Sometimes we're hard on ourselves too, so.
Yes.
But it's beautiful. All of it is beautiful.
In Avatar 2, they show the presence of whales, and there are many moments during the movie that they show the eye just in front, just like actually I was Wilma was describing her experience, and I was in that part of the movie. And when I saw that, the eye, even coming from a movie, I was feeling like the ancient wisdom, And when I asked why I'm feeling this power inside, and they say it's because by looking, it's just like the same way that when you look to another human, you can see the soul in the eyes. So when you look at us, the whales, you see our soul, and you can tell that our soul is really ancient, and our soul is full of consciousness and awareness, but a very, very deep awareness. It's not like, it's like humans can, let's say, contain this amount of awareness, and whales can, it's a massive, it's like if they are a full whole planet awareness inside them. And that's what I sense when I see in a documentary, in a movie, and they show the eye close to the camera. I see that in the eye of the whales. And when Wilma was mentioning that, I was coming back to that presence, and that presence that tells me always there is so much more. They tell us there is so much more. There is so much more to discover. Things are not limited in the way you think. Sometimes with your minds, things goes beyond understanding, and we retain all that information over the years. They are also interconnected with the whales from Orion and the dolphins from Orion. So they are not like us, that we are still connecting or in the process of connecting with other beings. They are already connected for a long time. So the wisdom they have is almost endless. It's amazing. I really admire these
pulled
beings.
a card for myself. Look, it's Lost Land, Soul Memories and Gifts. You've done this before. And look what it says. If you feel guided to make a change in your life, to step into a new career path, birth a creation, or bring an idea to life, but feel unprepared, this card is calling you to consider that you've done this before. Perhaps your soul has wisdom beyond what your lifespan can imagine. Perhaps in intuitive hits and ideas you're receiving are divinely guided. Perhaps you've been preparing for this time. So think that lost land exists in the past, others believe that exists today in a different dimension. Talking about career path. You know? Hello.
Exactly. Hello.
Interesting. You say I did actually draw a card for myself from the Magdalene Oracle as well. And I didn't share it, but I will now that you've sort of brought that up. And I drew God.
God. Wow.
And it's this card is your confirmation that you are never alone. The universe wants you to know that the loving presence of the divine creator always feels and surrounds you. Surrender your fears and concerns and accept the healing light that is being offered to you in this moment. Out of fear, we often try to swim against the current. This is a waste of time and energy. Trust, accept, don't we know those words, and let go.
That's what you were saying before.
Yeah, I'll just go back. It keeps bringing us back to Stara. Surrender, trust, allow, receive, accept.
Yes. Yeah, the mantra.
Wow.
Suma tika moma. Sona kana.
This is so cool. Because I did like a Lemurian birth chart.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I did it back in December or January. And I live on the Atlantis side because I live very close to the Bahamas. And so it says that the wisdom of lost lands such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Avalon exists within you. And I've always thought that, you know that? Hey, see? These are the things, you know? That voice that sometimes we don't like to listen to. At least me, I'm a little hard-headed, you know? When it comes to certain things, I like doing things my way. But the angels, they keep saying, hey, 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 where are you going? They keep doing this whole thing. I've been off-road many times, and they keep bringing me back to the road. I'm like, oh my God. I'm a little hard-headed, just a little bit. They're like, well, you're learning, but that's okay. Come back, come back.
I was shuffling these cards, which are the shaman's dream.
Oh, it's shaman's dream. Nice.
The shaman's dream. And what they told me, because I was shuffling them, and 7 of them just came out from the deck. And so what they told me, instead of reading the book, why you don't practice together what's the meaning in them. So as they are called the shaman dream, the cards themselves, they have more like a dream-like representation. And the first the first card is the whale song.
Oh my God.
Resonating. This is for the whole. This is for the collective. I felt that they all fell for the collective, which include us here. So that's the resonating, and the whale is like suspended there in the cosmos, inside the ring, and creating vibration everywhere. When we are love and light, we resonate like sound, and love and light reach every corner of the universe. Not only our house, not only our altar, or the friend we love, husband, wife, friend, anyone, but everything when we are love. The number at the top is
61.
61. That is 7, and 7 cards came out of the deck. Kamos Ishana Inikana. Now the question is anything else coming to you when you look at this card?
Yes.
Yua, Musua. Oh, das Oma. Oh, the love from a whale. Kamuka ana sa suma sosha. So big, so complete. Oana kamo. Shoma kana. Shomishaita. Soshinesia. Mos isha kawanasha.
Harush. Asunai. No. Sunai. Flow with the waters. Anashatanai. Suna ayeta. Sunaya.
They were showing me, or maybe better to say, reminding me, or bringing back the experience when I dive into the sea and I snorkel and I explore the depths. The feeling is like you get into a different void of silence. And what we consider silent outside, out of the water, is a different silence when you are within or diving in the water. The connection, the feelings, the emotions. Personally, I feel more like suspended in the cosmos, just like the whale in this card is. When you go to the ocean, your mind silence. Say my me now manainena maina 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 yana maina maina ni ana wana ni ana wana ni ni anu nanaina na wana naina oh maina kanina damunana nana. They don't see us as different species. Kamakuma, Chana. We consider them mammals, no? Mammifers. But they consider us as part of them. Kamuma, Samo, Senitana. Once again, they showed no separation. Machineni. A way to connect with them is also through water, to ease that connection, that void that I was describing before.
But the water can be, it doesn't have to be the ocean. The water can be just, your
yeah.
bath or your shower.
Yeah, yes. Any water, yes. Interesting that the first card is the whale, and the second is...
Oh, I love it. Oh, don't you just love it? And they're such huge protectors. Suorietia arakasha to hamane eroyata sehertikera we shatrumayata ereke. We come with so much love. We may appear to be scary, but it is not so. For we are truly from the heart. And we are here to protect you. We are your protectors. We have come with so much love and protection for you.
Wow. Number 12. Hanutes inamo kuma saneta ana tri kuma katana. Tenemit amomas ana. Wow.
That's awesome.
So awesome.
We've had dragons and whales. What are we going to get next?
Let's see what we get next. But it's interesting because they are. Let's see if the focus gets there. But because there are a couple of keys.
Oh yes.
Like clinging there, and one it has the shape of the heart.
That's interesting because one of those dragon paintings has keys attached to it. Isn't it from that event that I went to?
Yeah.
So that's really, really interesting.
Wow, so beautiful. The next one is, I know which. Eyes of the eagle.
Of the eagle. Oh no, that's another one of my power animals. I love it.
Rising
Oh,
above
God.
the prey. What does it come to you when you look at this painting or picture of the eagle?
I just see myself soaring over the world, contained within the body of an eagle, my consciousness there. That's how I connect when I've been in meditation. Like I usually connect, and like my consciousness joins within the eagle's consciousness, so that we fly together, and over the lands. And it's freedom, it's flow, and also there's a bit of protection there as well, I feel.
Yeah, I feel the
but
same.
it's like what I'm like the watchful eye, awareness,
being
that's what I'm
present.
Yeah.
Present awareness. I know what is going on right now. That's what these eyes tell me. I know
love it.
what is going on now. I feel them as protectors also. I really feel them as the spirit of the eagle. I feel them like they are super protectors.
And strength. I feel strength.
Strength, yeah.
But also I'm just getting wisdom as well.
Wisdom as well. Majestic with Kumasa and Kamama and Tawama. Do you like it?
Love it. Gosh, what are we going to get next?
Let's see what is the next one. This was the second one, Mayra. The dragon. We were talking about dragons, so the first one was the whale. It was that one, the whale son. Then the dragon. And then the eagle. What we had. And now the next one is Dream Thief. Refusal of the call. Dream Thief, refusal of the call. What do you feel from this card? I'm already getting some information. What I'm getting is humanity have this tendency to resist the things, the calls from the soul, the calls from the spirit. And when we refuse or we resist, we are the one who steal our dreams. Nobody else to blame. It's just us offering resistance to the calls that we constantly receive. This is what I got, like when I just put the card on the screen.
Yeah, what I got from that when I looked at it was don't be in denial. So don't deny yourself, which is it's the same theme. Don't deny yourself from your dreams. Yeah.
Exactly. Interesting face. It's been. Yeah, it's the face we get when our dreams are not fulfilled. Like what?
Yeah, what
the heck?
Yeah.
The next one is this one. Oh,
it's upside down.
Upside down. Yeah.
Jeweled web, connectivity. Oh.
Connectivity. So it's related to the collective. So this card is bringing more connectivity.
We are each a spark of the whole. spark of the Creator.
More reconnection. Yeah.
Well, we are connected. We just don't realize that we distance ourselves, we disconnect ourselves until we're aware of it.
Exactly.
And then we come back into
exactly.
connection.
Exactly, because just not the day before, in the channeling, also another being say, you cannot in any way possible be disconnected. You are always connected. If you weren't connected, you weren't alive. You wouldn't be alive.
It's our ego that's the disconnected bit.
It's the ego,
not our heart.
Create the separation. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, connectivity with the human collective is increasing. Next one is
Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. Oh, movement.
It looks like, oh my God, we got the
It's like releasing the negativity and
exactly.
blowing it away.
Exactly. Exactly, and it's very, very representative. It actually has like a bean face, like the dust.
Oh yes, I can see that.
I see the face.
And there also seems just below that face like there's like a little golden spark. Well, that's what I see anyway. Or a little golden light.
Golden light, yeah. Always to the golden light. Transcending everything that we don't need, living it. Living the invocation was about that before, living the past, away, healing the past. And the last card of the whole is the Garden.
Oh, Garden of Venus. Oh, Mara, you'd love this one. Rest and renewal.
Rest and renewal. This is what we all need. Rest and renewal.
Rest in the arms of Mother Gaia and allow her love to renew you, to renew your soul, to renew your being. Se erane kiara toshana hainite. Se era auro shanara yaka. So oru ai te arane ikira toronoaya. I embrace you in my nurturing energy. Se anara hatomai. Sorana, rest, child, se anereke, doromai, until you are renewed and ready to return, se arawaya.
Beautiful. Wana, nuna sanamat anan. Nunek amohan anata. Don't be too hard with yourselves. Go ma anata. Go back to sleep in peace, as you always do the best you can do. Hana am says in you can never do more or less. Kumak ana, you are the creator. You do enough. Kanak ona sana. Omuk ana, don't be too hard in yourselves. Go ana. Listen to your body. Kamuk ana. If it is asking you to rest, just rest. Don't force the body because of certain beliefs to do other things. Kamuma kana, when you are meant to rest. Tumak amukina. Senikana. If you don't rest enough, all the transformation, all the healing and integration doesn't take effect. Kama anak ana, they make me feel like it takes much longer. It's like we make the path longer. Kumak anat ina, and things can become more like heavy. Kumatsai sha mokan. Saying we can get tired and we lose patience. Kamok anam. session another. So yes, listen to the body and rest when you need to. It's simple, but it's also fundamental and essential for your existence. God or no, don't get in conflict. If you wake up at different times in the night, if your sleeping pattern change, tamuma as ishishaimo umas analina enik ana, such metamorphosis is making you to wake up in different times. Depending on the time that you wake up, different things happen and take place. Different time, different dimensions. 333 alignment. Kamu kahana tainet ana. Sometimes you might wake up just before this time, and this is your higher self and your guides just preparing you to go through the process. So meditation, writing your emotions, any exercise of expressions, or just being in silence. Magamos ashenikana saserte tikana tanis ini saine eternitama. Listening to your body is essential. Spirituality is your body. Your body is part of your spirituality. Stop separating. Shawana puni kamo saishen naka muka o naka terana soni kana kani te mesetina gona kana. Everything nature rests when it needs to rest, just in perfect divine time. Kakupana, do not resist. Komaka anata shini. It's up to you, but you only do the path longer. Kana tanis ana, when you can enjoy a lot. Kana kanata. Be part of nature. Katunaka. Yeah. I like them. Kuanakatainata. Of course, Tishama Mukanashana. It has been a great pleasure to makamas ane.
It has been for me too, and it was lovely to meet you, Myra.
It was amazing, guys. Thank you so much for tonight. It has been awesome.